In our last episode, we sailed from Wangerooge to Borkum. The island surprised us with beautiful beaches and wildlife, and we also learned about the whaling history. We stumbled over relics from the time whaling was still done to bring prosperity to the island. Then it was time to set sail to enter the Staande Mastroute in Delfzijl. We enjoyed the Fietsstad Groningen and the tiny channels with its houseboats. Good morning. We just left Groningen, and we are still there. And on the way, we have to pass 14 bridges. I think it's gonna take us some time, and then we are on the way on the Staande Mastroute. We will see where we get today. It's a sunny weather today, and as you can see, there are a lot of pleasure boats always waiting in front of the bridge, in front of us, behind us. Yeah, we will see how fast we get past all the bridges.
After leaving Groningen, it was a pleasure having a look at Friesland's landscapes. We first went northwest, just after Zuidkamp, then took a turn west to go to Dokkum, and then to Burdard. We were never alone, as you will see.
On our way to Dokkum, we saw a sailing boat lying in the reed of the canal. It had some engine problems. The sailors had a leakage in their tank, so they lost all their fuel, which landed in the boat bilge. We decided to help them and tow them to the next harbor, where they could deal with the problem easier. We attached a towing line with the help of a bridle to our stern, so that the boat could swing around easily. During our towing procedure, we had to pass a bridge. Not an easy job, with one sailboat having restricted maneuverability. For safety reasons, we took the yacht alongside while passing the bridge. It is easier than having the boat on tow. In the end, the yacht arrived safely without any damage at the pier, and a bottle of wine for the evening was also saved.
After successfully having helped the stranded sailboat, we continued our journey, passing beautiful houses and gardens. Finally, we reached Leeuwarden. Leeuwarden is the provincial capital of the state Friesland. It has the Staande Mastroute flowing directly through it, with ships being able to tie ashore to enjoy the special flair. The city itself has many green areas and a historic city center. 2018 it was awarded with the title European Capital of Culture. Many heritage sites and also modern art can be found among the streets. One special site that cannot be overseen is the Frisian Tower of Pisa, the Oude Hove. It's a leaning, unfinished church tower and the symbol of the city, as the Martini-toren is the symbol of Groningen. It is said that the Frisians wanted to get a tower of their own at least as high, and in 1529 the building began. What had not been paid attention to was the clay grounds under the city. When it was only 10 meters high, it already started to lean, so the construction was stopped and the tower has remained this way until today. 40 meters high and leaning. We wanted to find our way out of beautiful Leeuwarden again, to find a spot in nature to spend the night at. Again we had to pass a row of bridges, also some very spectacular ones. We even had to cross a motorway. Who would have thought that Thula would ever go on an aqueduct bridge? We continued our journey southwest, and hearing the church bells ringing old shanties, we decided to make a short stop in the cozy little town Grou. Our journey continued, Thula being haunted by rain and dark clouds. We almost always escaped until we finally reached the busy and very pretty town Lemmer, the gate to the IJsselmeer.
We are here in Lemmer, in a really nice tiny channel, and We are on the way to the Lemmer. This is the plan today, to pass a couple more bridges and then through a lock in the Lemmer. And then we are in Amsterdam. Yay! Hello! Really nice sailing today. No waves, perfect wind. Thula is running 6.5 knots. Very nice.
After having left Lemmer, we made a short stop in Lelystad and then continued our way to the locks in Amsterdam. When we arrived in the city harbour in the evening, we were welcomed by some wild parrots next to the harbour. The next day was time to pay the city of Amsterdam a visit, which turned out to be a short one because of good upcoming winds to leave the Netherlands to go to Belgium. We strolled along the streets, and it was just a pleasure seeing daily big city life going on around us. People having their breakfast outside, already rushing to work, fresh groceries being brought, chairs and cafes being put up for guests to come, photos for fashion catalogs being made, boats bringing tourists through the famous canals. We had started pretty early in the morning, but at around 12 o'clock it was already around 30 degrees Celsius. So only after a short stay we were longing to go back to Thula again to catch some winds in our sails and to head to Leeuwarden, a very industrial area. After passing the locks in Leeuwarden, we had steady winds from behind, no waves, and that's how the day said farewell for a new pretty one to start in Belgium. We hope you enjoyed our Holland episode. If you did, please like the video on our YouTube channel and leave a comment. Also become part of our Patreon crew. This makes it possible for us to improve our video gear and produce more journey episodes. Now you can also follow our current position on our homepage blended in below. See you next week!